Hello, my name is Amber Wolfrom, and I'm with the Suicide Prevention Grant at Family Resource Center. This month, for our Let's Talk About It, we are focusing on older adults. And so we are at 50 North, and I'm joined by Kim Hiett, who, tell us a little bit what you do here, Kim.
Hi, Amber. Welcome to 50 North. I am one of the outreach social workers here, and we work with any senior who has any questions about resources in the community, anything to help them remain in their home that will keep them active and healthy.
Wonderful. Well, active and healthy. So coming out of a pandemic, active and healthy, unfortunately, for the last year plus, we've had to sort of limit. And with the grant, one thing we've been trying to address is the fact that we know, especially for older adults, isolation and loneliness can lead to higher rates of anxiety, higher rates of depression, sometimes a combination of both, which unfortunately are both risk factors for suicide. And so one of the reasons why we wanted to do Let's Talk About It with older adults is because there are just some things that are different for older adults and getting back out after the pandemic. So I was wondering if we could rewind a little bit, and could you share with me some of the challenges that 50 North had at the beginning of the pandemic in reaching the individuals that utilize your services?
One of the first things we did was we closed, and so that was like a huge shock to all of the staff. And then eventually we knew that we had to take meals to people. We needed to continue those services to those folks. So that was an increase in people getting mobile meals. And then as time went on, there was more and more people outreaching to us saying, okay, my family members here in Findlay, I live in another state, they need food, they need grocery, they are alone, they may need a walker. So, the demand became a little higher, but it became, it's still kind of, how do we deliver this service to people? We had to go through all the safety precautions. We needed to wear masks. We weren't going into people's homes. We were, dropping things on the front porch or in their garage. We were still engaging in people that way.
So in an effort of increasing all of your services, how'd you do that with, I'm guessing, a couple less volunteers, because you utilize older adults for your volunteer services as well?
So then our staff would become, staff people drove for mobile meals, staff people delivered those meals, staff people were doing grocery shopping for folks. The chore services was still working and doing ramps if people needed them. They were also doing any kind of things in the home for people who needed it for safety reasons. So if they needed a grab bar, we were able to go do those kind of things. We wanted to make sure people were safe in their homes.
Well, and in the meantime, y'all had a little renovation here.
Yes. So we were closed during, to the public at that point still, based on all the governor and the public health. So we were still closed, and so the renovation was able to take place during that time. And they were able to complete the renovation sooner than expected because of the closure. But we are now open to full capacity, and we are open to all of our activities again.
So people start coming out, reserving time for capacity, and come out, and they get to come to basically what appears like almost like a brand new building. I mean, when you come in, you just keep looking. It goes forever to the left and goes forever to the right.
It's a beautiful building.
It's a beautiful building. So individuals are starting to come back out. What services are you finding people wanting to engage in the most?
People, I think, are really engaged in fitness right now. I think during the whole pandemic, I think all of our eating habits were probably worse. Our sleep hygiene was probably worse.
I cleaned out my fridge and my freezer. I found stuff. The meals that we ate were ridiculous. Right. It was like, well, here's something frozen from I don't know how long, and here's something else, and we have and we need to use up the broccoli. So let's make a meal out of this. Right. Yeah.
So I think that's one of the big things. People are enjoying. We have a new track, and people are really enjoying the track and the fitness center. A big thing here is people love to play cards. They like the card.
Which is fitness. It's still fitness.
It's brain. Yep, for your brain. So a lot of card playing, that's back. Our billiards room is open, and people love to come in and do that. And there's just all kind of activities every day. So we have bingo. There's just all sorts of things that people can do.
Well, and you were mentioning, when we talk about health with the cafe, you've had some changes with the cafe as well.
Yes, the cafe is open, and prior to COVID, there was like a buffet line. But now that the cafe, with all the restrictions, when you come to the cafe, you are seated and your meal is served to you. And so that's totally different, but it's very nice for people. And there's still social distancing within the cafe. And if people want to sit alone or if they want to sit with a group, that's fine also.
So for those that maybe feel just a little hesitant to want to get out, what if I want to come and still wear a mask?
That's okay.
Okay. And if I want to be able to have just like myself and maybe one person at a table at the cafe?
That's okay too.
Okay.
If you want to try to come in when it's slower, that's a perfect time too. If you're still a little hesitant and unsure about how many people are there, or if I'm comfortable, come in when a time when it's not so busy and get a tour of the new, the building, and you can do that, and you can come in and just kind of wander around and take the navigator with you and those kind of things.
Well, and I know for Hancock County residents, this is for those 50 and up. This is a service that's available to the community. The fitness center has a different cost associated, but the center itself, you can come in, and lunches right now I believe are like $5.
$5. And we're still doing curbside, so if you don't want to come into the cafe, you can order your lunch for curbside, and then you just drive to the back of the building, and then you can pick your lunch up. Or if you needed a mobile meal, we can, we're still doing delivery of mobile meals.
And there is an out-of-county possibility as well. I know so many of the people who live or who work in Findlay maybe don't live in Findlay, but they can still take part in the services by signing up as an out-of-county person,
resident.
right?
Yep,
Wonderful.
And then they can still participate.
Wonderful. Now, in the Navigator, I've become very familiar with it this past month because I'm in it for August. So August 3rd, we're doing a look at self-care. Again, because we want to address for older adults just that importance of if we don't use it, we lose it. Right. And the older we get, that becomes true, whether it be coordination or verbal or even just being able to do quick recall. And so sleep is so important, and nutrition is so important, and reframing, especially coming out of a pandemic. Being able to look at a situation and not just find all the negative in it, and understanding, because it just seems like every time we turn on the news, it's something negative. And if we're not getting out, we're getting all of our information that way. And so we're on August 3rd at 10 a.m. We'll be here doing that in conjunction with 50 North. So we're in the Navigator. And there's activities like that all the time, isn't there? Like presentations
every day. Different events going on. Today there were some things about aches and pains and knee problems. That was going on. There's cards going on. There's music lessons going on. We have line dancing on Fridays and ballroom dancing, I think, on Tuesdays. So there's all kinds of things to get, all kinds of crafts. You can build a craft, those kind of things. So there are many things to come out to.
And all of those help combat the isolation, loneliness, stress, depression, anxiety. And if someone is saying like, okay, I'm doing this, I'm getting out, and but I'm still kind of feeling this, are they able to come and talk to somebody here to get assistance and get referred?
They can come and talk with one of the social workers, and we can help link them to any kind of outpatient counseling or services that are available in the community.
Wonderful, wonderful. Well, I want to thank you for doing Let's Talk About It. And again, August 3rd, here at 50 North, 10 a.m. If you're 50 or above, please come and join us. There will be a drawing for a stress-relieving basket that we're still putting together. And if you want to know more, you can pop on the 50 North website, and the calendar is listed on there. I believe Family Resource Center will be doing some more PR on our Facebook page about the event on August 3rd as well. But if you ever want to know a little bit more, just stop on in, because it's a beautiful facility, and the staff's pretty cool too. We like them.
Thanks.
Thank you so much for joining. Let's talk about it, and take care.